Share.
All right. Well, morning, Zarika. And welcome everybody who's going to chime in and join us, and everyone who has already, and all those who watch the replay. If so, welcome. And yeah, how are you all faring out there? It's been a bit full on. Full on. I've been okay. I'm just hunkering down. I'm not, you wouldn't have seen me too much on socials and all that at the moment. So I'm just in my womb, in my little womb I've created here in this little funny that I've moved into. And it's really lovely. I'm enjoying that. So yeah.
How have I been? I actually have been very, not very social. I have been also hunkering down. Um,
Mm,
uh, yeah, trying to think. It's been a very interesting
yeah.
time. I know my dreams have been full on. Whereas, normally I don't really
Yeah.
remember my dreams, but sometimes I feel like I've been um, battling in my dreams. It's been very
Yeah.
quite exhausting to wake up.
Yeah. I don't
Mm.
know that I've felt like that. I feel like I'm accomplishing things in my sleep state.
Well, maybe I
Like,
am too.
yeah,
And maybe
it's
there is
quite
a
good
battle
actually.
going on.
Yeah, maybe. There's so
Mm,
much going on so many levels, and we've all talked about all that till I think we've talked it up. Like, I don't know
oh,
what else to say about it. It's so,
exactly.
when you go into, like, for me, I go in to have a look at where are we up to, what's going on, but there's just so many different tracks you can take to figure out whatever or see whatever or go into whatever. It's like there's just so much. And for me, I'd rather just sit
Yeah.
here at the moment anyway and just
Oh.
be, character update.
Yeah. Sorry, your screen froze.
I'm at the moment, you know.
Sorry, your screen froze. Never heard a word you said.
Uh this is yeah.
Yes, becoming a bit of a problem, our screens freezing. Yesterday, my internet and my phone, because my provider's on both, nothing for 4 hours. Like,
Right.
yeah. So I'm not sure what else is going on out there that could, although the other um, service provider was fine. It was just my service provider that went out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no.
You realize just how reliable you are on it. I rely on having access. I couldn't access my bank accounts. I couldn't access not even my messages I couldn't telephone anybody. It was like, it was a bit, it was a bit like, oh, well, what now?
Yeah. No,
Mm,
it's definitely, I mean, I don't know what you do if we did have a blackout for 10 days or so, which is still being spoken about in different arenas. But um, yeah, we're going to be working more on our telepathy really than signals like that, you know?
well, that's all okay so long as somebody's ready to receive it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But I think people will be more in that zone because after 3 days they'll be going, well, I wonder what's happening with blah blah. And next minute they might be picking up all the message that's coming in from that person. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all a little crazy.
Yes, yes. I've found that my telepathy, even though I don't know that it's working, but there's things that are happening from my friend on the other side of the world where I'll say something and she goes, "Oh, it's just doing that," or it's like it's. I think it might be to do with how connected you are, or I don't know exactly. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I think
definitely a lot.
totally. And I think even though it feels like we're moving further away from a lot of and dropping off a lot of stuff that, we may have been or playing out or been involved in or interested in or whatever the thing, and now those things may not be as relevant to us as they were. And it's like, even though there feels like there's more of a separation happening in the world in respect to where we used to be to where we are now, it's still that there's more of a oneness as well. It's a contradiction in many ways, and it's that thing where, yeah, very often, you can put something up and so many other people are going through and experiencing the same thing. And yet there might be a whole pile of people around you that aren't. So
Yeah. I guess that's the split, isn't it? Is that the ones that, never mind the awake word, is the ones that are more tuned into themselves that
mm,
are receiving a lot more information or downloads or
yeah,
going through more stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've found that I've been quite there's been a part of me that's been in reaction to things, whereas before I never didn't really react that much. But just when the things niggle, I, there's a there's a part of me that wants to set a really clear boundary
Right.
rather than just withdrawing and saying nothing. Um, yeah, but, and then it
Mm.
depends that someone wants to accept your boundary because sometimes I feel like they get smashed all over. And
Yeah,
reiterate it again, and it's very annoying. Mm,
yeah. Yeah, I definitely think the boundary things are for sure thing. And I think we've come to a point within ourselves now that we're really knowing who we are more and more. We're clearer on who we actually are, what we really want, and what we don't like and want. And in that there feels like a division within us because we're now identifying different things and going, oh, no, not that. Oh, yeah, that. So there's still like a separation thing that's happening, but we've actually come out of the cycle of separation. And now it's more, I'm finding it's sort of hard to explain. There's so much that goes on in one moment. There's so much that's happening. But it's like that there's a clearer, like you say, boundaries are clearer because we really know what we're willing to tolerate and what we're not willing to tolerate. And we're becoming very intolerable. And that's been growing, in us.
yeah.
Um, but also that it's like I can feel the newness stirring within me. I don't know what that is yet and how that will play out, but I feel like I'm not the driver of my vehicle of me anymore. It's like there's something that I'm handing over. I'm handing it over to my soul self now rather than my human character that was playing things out.
Mm.
And that
Oh,
feels clearer to me.
yeah.
You
Yes.
got that? Yeah.
Oh, it's my internet that's unstable. I don't know. Really, there's a lot happening in the internet world today because you
Yeah,
just
there is, for
blank.
sure.
Um, and I lost what I was going to say. That's
About
also.
Karen.
Oh, but I'm also finding the other thing I'm finding is my compassion's getting more as well. Um,
Yes, definitely. Find
yeah.
that. Mm.
So I have a few around me that are in, they're ready to transition, and before I used to go, yeah, well, there's life, there's death, we come into the world, we go out of the world, and I didn't really, pay it much attention. But now that people close to me are going, yes, I can feel my compassion is coming much further forward. Mm,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
been a bit of
Yeah,
testing.
there's definitely a lot transitioning for sure.
Mm,
Absolutely. And
yeah,
it does, it makes me feel that our life here is very short. You seem to think like we have a lot of time and that, time's an eternal thing, it's infinite and blah, blah, blah. But actually, in this actual form, it's shortening. It's definitely got shorter. Our time here is shorter and it feels like shorter. And then I go into that space of yes, but we're transitioning into the higher field, and that there is going to be that will be here longer. That there's not the death cycle like there used to be.
yeah. It was interesting this in the workshop a couple of weekends ago. This lady said she's in her third season and coming closer to death. And I'm like, you're younger than me. And it just felt very odd. That that was felt like an odd thing to say to me, um, because I haven't thought like that. But I guess I don't know.
I did.
Okay.
I did when Dad went, and now I'm the matriarch of the family. You
Yeah.
know, you change, that position shift where you're now the elder. It's a weird feeling, and I was like, wow, that's like I sort of went closer to death, but for me that's not a thing because I believe we're going to be, and it might be maybe not so much in this lifetime as we are this lifetime, but I believe that we are shifting it to a point where we're going to be living longer in our form.
Yeah.
um I mean, we're moving illness and disease on. We're not going to be playing out the death cycle like we were, the deterioration and die. It's that we're moving that cycle. So yeah,
Yeah, might
how
be
will
next
that go?
lifetime for us though. Who knows? I don't. This is we're in a whole new way of being.
Mm,
It's a whole new energy that's coming, and
yeah,
we have raised the vibration so much on this planet. It wasn't expected that we would do this at this time. It was,
yeah,
yeah. So the future's quite uncertain. Um, you know,
yeah, it is. It
it's,
is.
yeah,
But but that's what keeps me feeling like we might do that this lifetime
mm,
because we have moved it very quickly. It's moving now. It's like fast quickening. And, they're talking 2032 is going to be the movement really that we shift into that real high being. But,
mm.
and the events say, that's been coming forever. Um,
The event that I've heard about for, I don't know, I think in the 80s when I first heard that there was something going to happen.
yeah, yeah. And
And
who
we're still
knows?
here.
We are.
And we've had a
But
few events, but they haven't wiped us out or, I think the 10 Days of Darkness I heard, yeah, late 80s. And
yeah,
I'm waiting for it. I haven't seen it arrive yet. So, I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah. The thing being with that, though, I sort of wonder if it is actually what we've presumed it's
June.
going to be. The Schumann resonance, if we look at the graph, that's blacking out a lot. And is that what they were talking about? Is that what the blackout is? That the frequencies become so high and out there that it's blacking out, whiting out even. It's like whiteouts. So who knows? We don't know. We're just going with it, really. We just got to just go with it and see, feel into it each day for ourselves
Yeah.
how it is. And if you think about, I keep getting the image, because I'm seeing a lot more of the sacred geometry, the crystalline field, like in the sense of the design or patterning or whatever we might want to call it. And it's like when I'm looking at that, I think about Emoto and how he when he froze the water, and the frequency of water and how those designs shifted, right? So when you have water and then you bring it into a higher frequency, so it has a pattern, and then
Mm,
you take it into higher frequency stuff and vibration, it changes pattern.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what we're doing. That is
And
what
we
we're doing.
are so much water, you know, you know,
Yeah.
who
So
knows?
our biology, like it's really changing, and it's about, and this is where I'm up to. It's like another big movement for me, which makes me want to just, and I am just hunkering down. It's
Mm,
like just allowing that to give myself and my body time for the biology in me just to shift and change and settle in and, pick up whatever newness is there and just, yeah, just the shift. It's like I kept saying, I just don't know who I am any longer. I don't know who I am. And one point I felt my name wasn't right for me, and now I feel it is. It's still right for me.
yeah,
Um, but there's a difference to it for sure in the way that I feel my name and who I am. It's totally character changing. Like we're shifting so much and becoming different. It might
yeah,
be really noticeable to a lot of other people, but I know for myself, even when I go to say something, it's like there's no backup words. I don't have a lot of backup library in here anymore. It's like that's not happening. Whatever's coming out, it's coming out without me going into there. And
mm,
I don't even know how to start a conversation sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what to say because it's not relevant. A lot of what I used to say isn't relevant anymore, and I'm hearing the regurgitation of a lot of conversation or a lot of information that's still being regurgitated or recycled, but it has no new information to it
yeah.
because
That's
nobody knows.
that's really interesting about the recycling and the regurgitation. I was having a conversation on the phone uh, last evening, and I had to like she was going on and I'm just going to change the conversation. I'm just going to change the conversation. And on a different note, we're going to talk about something else because I couldn't cope with listening to the same old going on and on and on in my brain.
Yes,
I was like,
yes,
I'm done with that. Um,
absolutely.
yeah. So I had to find a way without without being horrible. Um,
Yeah,
I just had to find a different way to change the conversation.
yes. And
Mm,
that's hi Tracy. Nice to see you here. Um it is like there's a part of me that just doesn't know where from here. It's like have no idea, couldn't tell you what I'd be doing next. There's nothing that's showing up for me that feels like I want to continue doing this or continue doing that. There's some, but not a lot, not a great deal. And when I think about, like when I was ready to shift, when it was shifting time just a month ago, I had to shift house. And this whole way through that whole probably 6 months before the shift, I kept saying, I don't want to do this any longer the way I've been doing it. I'm stating it. Like I didn't even know what the hell that meant. All I knew was I'm not going to repeat. I can't repeat anymore. I don't want to do this recycling, this repeating, this going over the same thing, doing life every day the same way I've done it for 67 years. It's
yeah,
like I don't want to do it anymore. And what we are doing when we come through that, it's that we're coming out of the repeat cycles. We're moving out of the repeat cycles. And that's so for me, I just so get it. It's like, yes, I'm done with that. So
yeah,
done with it. And this is where a lot of people now, you're feeling it. And I know there's so many people out there feeling it that may not be able to actually fathom out what's really going on. But that's what's happening. You're coming out of repetitive cycles. These healing modalities that we've been doing forever are just something now that I don't even know that we'll carry on with those anymore because people won't be requiring them. There might be some that still do. I get that. I know that. But also, there's a lot of ones who aren't coming in and bridging over. They're going to be moving on to some other to recycle through the ascension thing again. They're not carrying on where we might carry on to.
Mm.
And so that type of energy work, and this will be a while down the track, but I can see how it's not going to continue. There won't
Well,
be a need for it.
one of the things I really noticed having run a workshop a couple of weeks ago was how quickly things moved.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I've been in many workshops over my life, and it was like, honestly, we had a 2 day, 2.5 day planned. By the end of the first day, we're going, well,
Now what?
pretty much, because
That's it.
every person in there had had a huge shift. We definitely found enough to fill out the next day,
Yeah.
but it was quite dramatic how quickly everybody moved, and there were people in there that had never done any work at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like they were old school. They were brand new.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just went boom, boom, boom. Couldn't, the energy was so high, they couldn't hold on to what was going on for them.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
remember when I first started, I could sit there with my arms folded and you're not going to get me. And I could sit the whole weekend. I'm very stubborn sometimes.
Yeah. There's no way
But
now.
no way. There's no way that people could just hold on.
Yeah.
And the dramatic changes, because I've been in touch with a lot of them since the weekend,
Yeah.
the dramatic changes that have been in their life have just been amazing, really. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful thing to see. Mm.
Yeah. It is happening a lot quicker, and it's a lot easier to access whatever it might be that needs accessing and releasing.
Yeah, the
Sure.
body's not holding on so tight anymore.
No,
Mm,
no, it can't.
no, because mostly I work through the body, um,
Yeah,
not the mind. Um,
absolutely. And
and
if you think about, like I was saying about Emoto and the water and the frequencies in water, and when we shift it into a higher frequency, it changes pattern. There's no way that water could say or hold on to its form was before that, and this is where we're coming more into free flow and allowing now this. And when we always, I think, have, but there has been resistance, but we're not so resistant now. It's like,
yes,
we're more
yes.
willing to just, yeah, let's go, let's do
Let's
this.
move the stuff
Yeah,
through so we can get on with life again.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, no, that's true. Um, it was a hard slog back in the early 90s,
It
it was,
was so hard.
yeah.
Yeah,
But to watch what happens now, it's yummy.
it is. And we
Yeah.
were told that it would get, to this point, but
Really? I didn't think that was happening.
yeah, it sort of felt like, oh God, this is still so far away. But now it's like it's absolutely happening. And I do question the event thing. I do question that like I get it, because I feel like what we're doing is we're creating a momentum that's building and building and building and building, and you can feel it. Like we're getting quicker, everything's fastening up, and it's just moving. And like you say, you can't stop the moving train. Once it's in motion, it's like, no, how do you stop that now? You can't. So I get that we're going to build to a point where there's now this like implosion, like it's going to implode, and next minute, and if that's a flash of light, if that creates a flash, which I could imagine how it could, then so be it. And I get that that's the point, that we're going to really move into that space, but until then we're building into it.
Well,
um
I think this Lionsgate has really ramped things up as well. Like
yeah,
that opening for the 8-8 has just, for me, it's felt like things have moved really fast
Yeah.
since
It was more a global for me. This
yes.
Lionsgate wasn't so. Last year it was quite a personal, you know, as
Oh,
they have been quite personal. And I know I rode that energy. It was like, yeah, it was about creation. And oh my God, I got on that buzz. And that's when I got the house at the beach. And it was all done in a week. But this was different. This was like
oh,
a preparation. We were being prepared throughout the year to move this on a global level now. And I
oh,
feel I feel like we've stepped into a whole new way. And this now, from this point, I feel is going to be well, there'll be still a lot of rock and roll and shaping and shifting and all
oh,
the things, though. I can feel that. But
yeah.
I feel for ones like ourselves who are aware of what is going on, I think for people to have an understanding of what's actually going on helps you to move through it. There's not so much resistance. When you don't understand it, you're putting brakes on going, oh, what's going on, and my body feels like this, and I've got this happening and that happening, and it's not it's not consciously slotting, where
Mm,
it's like, yep, okay, I get what we're doing, and this is all okay. I can
yeah.
just be this right now, and ground myself, drink lots of water, and be in nature as much as possible. And that's really the answer to it. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the other day I got called out to the Stirling Ranges, which is our mountain range not
Yeah.
far from where I live, and to feel like I went down this track I've never been down before that went right through the centre of the ranges. So I had mountains either side of me, and I was the only person on the road. And the feeling of aliveness in the air, in the what was put out by the gum trees, the smells, the
Mm,
sounds. It was just, I could have stayed there. Oh, I just could have stayed there. It was so,
yeah.
just filled my
Beautiful,
soul.
eh?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And yet I
That's
do.
some. Sorry, Beth.
I was just going to say, sometimes I get caught up in this little world here. So to get out there where there was nobody or nothing and just me and my car was just, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
mm.
it's nature in resonance with us. We're in resonance with nature. Nature's amped up. And it has been forever in New Zealand anyway. I feel New Zealand's nature has always been high
Really?
quality.
Mm. I
Um,
think so too.
just so beautiful. And it's
Yeah,
somewhere that I've always bathed, if I need to, I just go and immerse myself in nature and just bathe in it.
yeah,
I feel like I never want to just go back to my four walls again after I've been in a space like that where it's just so, rejuvenating. But what I'm feeling now is that there's more of that nature activating around the globe now. And I feel those of us who are getting called to go are moving this and activating more of it wherever we might be going and walking. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Jackie. Yeah. So our nature in itself is really coming into alignment more and more. I feel there's so much more of I was sort of tuning into
yeah.
dragon the other day because a lot of the dragons come back in again. And I know their guardianship was around mountain and volcano. That was their earlier mission, and to also mend a corruptness that had happened between humanity and dragon. And we managed to do all that. That came on board, and dragon moved on from their guardianship from the volcano and fire within. That they've come back now, and I was questioning that the other day. I was sitting in and asking, why are they back in? What's going on now? What's their role as such? And what I got shown, and I'm yet to, I always trust what I get anyway, but I always go and check it, recheck it. So make sure that I've got the right information, and I haven't rechecked yet. But this is what I got, was that our crystalline field, you know how I was saying again about the water frequency and changing that pattern and design, that's what's happening in our field and in our biology is shifting that, right? And so then if we think about that, we go to the planet, and the planet also has that body, and she's shifting and she's now crystalline, and we've got the new grid. And a lot of us, again, being called around the globe to anchor more of that new grid in, right? So that I get that. But what I was showing was that the dragon are like, because what I kept seeing them was like having a silver, beautiful silver thread. And this thread, it's like what they're doing. If you imagine the physical form without spirit, there is no life force, right? As soon as we move our spirit out completely, our body just shuts down. Well, this is like the grid that they were showing me on the physical side of the planet, is that the grid is now, the crystalline grid is like the physical part of the grid. And what the dragon are doing now is infusing it with life force. It's like bringing the spirit to it.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like not
Oh,
not
yes.
them
That's
bringing it to it, but them infusing it into, like their mission role now is to infuse that grid. And I'm like I say, I haven't rechecked. I'm going to go and recheck that information, but that's what they were showing me.
Yeah. So that is something that I've been talking with my other friend about, is about the grid and how that's changing, because it's been so masculine that like it's been masculine, and that now the feminine's coming and popping itself into each of the areas. So
Well,
say we've
that's
got a
nature
grid
coming into life. Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
each area, each of those squares, say, has got a dose of feminine energy popping in there. And
Yes.
that feminine energy is going to expand. So we become a meld of the both. So we are become more in balance with the masculine and the feminine, rather
Yeah,
than the grid just being all masculine and holding us in this position. So
definitely.
we'll
Yeah.
have more flow happening in our world. So I
Mm,
think the dragons are part of that. Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. It's very
Yeah.
like we haven't been here before, and I get like we were talking to at one point around how, land mass is going to come up out of the sea. And now they're talking, after the 8/8 earthquake from in Russia, that there is now activated lands that have risen up, and there's actually they're not hieroglyphs, but they're something
Oh,
glyphs.
petroglyphs.
Petroglyphs, that's it, that
Yeah.
have come up, and they're showing us around the temples from the inner earth and the lands underneath the water, and
Mm.
how much of that is now rising out of the water, and they're finding them in different spaces around the globe underwater. There's these massive temples and all sorts of things. And the question now is, who built them? Who was
Yeah,
here before us? Because our
exactly.
history and the recordings of history haven't taken it to that level, and it's showing up that actually there's more to all of this. And so
Oh,
all these new lands are rising up out of the water. And a lot I know, we talked about how this is the rising of Mu, there's a lot of story around Lemuria rising again and all the thing. For me, it's not about repeating. It's not about that coming back in where we're reliving all of that. This is new.
no,
It's to me, this
no,
is new.
no, we can't step backwards anymore.
No.
We are and we're definitely coming more into resonance with nature.
Yeah.
That to me, it's like, it's really obvious that coming back into resonance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's really is interesting, the amount of new information coming through. Because to me, history is written by the conquerors.
Yes.
They're the ones that write the history. So we don't hear the stories that come from those that have been conquered.
Yeah.
Mm. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of stories that are missing from our collective. I
definitely that.
Yeah, I've
Mm,
actually just been listening to a storybook by around Mary Magdalene, and it's like the denigration of that woman,
mm,
the virgin and the prostitute. For God's sake, there's more of us that are, we don't fit into either of those roles.
no,
Like, what the hell? Um, as if we would say that about men or the masculine. We never do. But
no,
but women, sorry.
yeah, no, for sure. And
I
it's
find it
time,
very bloody annoying.
yeah. And I
Mm,
think there's been so many of us who have spent a lot of lifetimes as men, as masculine, and we've had to come in this lifetime we chose to as the feminine to bring more feminine in. And if you look around now, I know there's a shortage of men, with the single woman compared to single men and men in general, there's a shortage. And it's like we are rising. I mean, that's definite, but it's time to lay all those stories to rest
mm,
around what women have been and who they've been and what they're supposed to have been to who we are today. Because
yeah,
today we're setting ourselves up. We're really rising. And
yep. I
yeah.
love that meme that goes, and one day an army of grey-haired women is
Yeah,
over
true.
the world.
Yeah,
I'm like, yep, I'm
absolutely.
coming.
Yeah. Hold our space, we're there. Yeah, for sure. It's a good thing. It's so good.
Yeah. And it's not to emasculate anybody, but it's like
Yeah.
we need to come to a place of balance. And really, it has been the women that have done the inner work. It's
Yeah.
been such a huge thing that the women have done
Yeah.
to hold that space. So the other night when we did on that live Zoom call, and there was this, I think it was pretty close to 50-50. I was like, wow, that's a
Yeah. That was
huge, that
great.
that was exciting to
It
see.
was.
Yeah,
No, it
yeah.
really was. And even in the centre, the monthly gathering that I created here in Whangarei, it's like that's even happening at there.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it?
so many
Oh,
more men are coming in. It's really, really good.
oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, it is. It
I mean,
is.
we love our men, and
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we don't want you to be out in the cold.
No, not at all. No.
No, no. So,
Yeah. And it
mm,
is time, I've been saying that for a while too, to open our hearts to men again, because we did shut off to them, and
oh,
we needed
gotcha.
to. Necessary. It was necessary. But
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
Mm,
Ah,
very cool though.
mm,
Yes, Sarika, more acceptance and more flow. And it is just being, I'm finding consciously being conscious of everything, like all the parts of me that are running me at the moment, I have been for a while, but it's like I've always done it, of course, but it's on a more intense and yet flow. It's not so intense as such, but it's constant now, you know, being very aware of what emotion I choose to run rather than just allowing emotion to run me. It's okay, that I can feel coming up. Why do you choose to run that emotion? Why are you not running? And I was listening to this person. I don't know who it was. I've never seen this person before on a YouTube, I think it was. And they were talking about, was a woman, and she was saying, why when somebody's say we have, like, there's always one of those family members that really just pushes your buttons, and instead what we tend to do is we either don't have anything to do with them because we can't be bothered dealing with it anymore,
yep.
or and they're not listening to us, they don't get us, so it's like, well, why bother? But in sense of situations where and they're often quite emotional and dramatic, then what you could do is say to the person, do you actually feel that that emotion that you're running right now is actually the best one for you to achieve what you need to achieve from this situation? Is it actually going to bring you into the best outcome? And recognizing that in the moment, because this is us all the time, we always have had this choice, but we felt like we didn't because our emotions were so like, wow, right
Oh,
there. We were just
mm,
full of it. And now we've cleared out a lot and moved through and allow more of a flow through that. There's a choice now as to whether we wish to run that type of emotion or we don't. Or we,
yeah,
so it's I think becoming more conscious for people. Definitely that's the thing, is to be more conscious of what you're actually running. Where does that
yeah,
come from? It's not so much even the thing anymore. It's actually, do you wish to run that emotion now, or do you wish to run something different? And stop in it for a moment and actually choose. Is that going to give you the best outcome in this situation, that running that emotion right now?
yeah. It's not always that easy to catch
No,
yourself, though. No,
it
it
isn't.
takes practice.
Yeah, it does. That's what I mean by
Especially,
working
yeah,
through what you already have. And you'll
yeah,
get to a point where you actually can pause and
yeah.
choose what emotion you want to run.
Yes,
It's,
but I've found because I've not been around my family for such a long time that I'm still got little triggers that happen with my family. Um, and yes, my brother the other day, I can't remember what he said. I said, look, I only respond so that you think a different way. It was like he was always thinking I'm biting, and I just want you to think of something different rather than,
yeah,
um, yeah, going along that same old, same old.
yeah,
Mm,
exactly that.
yeah,
Yeah. No, and it's up to us, like it was in respect to, what happened 4 or 5 years ago. It was up to us as to whether we dived into that or we didn't, and
mm,
many of us chose not to because we just knew. But this is the same thing. This is now, it's like we didn't just get that through that, and now we just carry on as willy-nilly, whatever. It's
mm,
that we stay conscious. We stay
yeah,
conscious of what we're running, what we're thinking, what we're feeling all the time.
yeah,
All the time.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's an interesting thing.
It
Like
is.
cool
But,
interesting.
sometimes it seems to be first thing in the morning. I'll catch my thoughts and I'll go, no, you just bring your thoughts right back here. It's like really having to rein them in. And I'm not sure why it's first thing in the morning, but they're there and they're just going blah, 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 blah. I go, no, come here. Just come here. Yeah.
Yeah. And that could be, not saying it is, but there's so much infiltration
Mm,
happening in our sleep state, in our dream state, um,
yeah.
that it could be something triggering old behavior.
It may be, but I'm more conscious of it. And it's
Yeah.
like, I do not want to be in those thoughts. They don't serve me. So, and if there's something that I really need to look at, yep, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, for
But,
sure.
yeah, but mostly they're random and I'm like, go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remembering that I am in charge of my own thoughts. They don't belong to anybody else at this point. And
That's
I
right.
just
Yeah.
come back here, come back here,
Yeah.
come back here.
And something else that came up the other day at the center, actually, and I was just feeling into this, but it was um that oh God, I just lost track. I went off track right then.
Such fun, that part.
It is.
It happens to me. We
It
read
was like there were two things coming in at once, and I'm trying to pick up on this other one, and I lost that one. Um,
Yeah, I want to go. Oi, come back here. Where are
yeah, yeah, it'll come back.
you? Mm, sometimes it takes a minute.
Oh, I know.
There you go.
Yeah. It was about, how, like I was saying about the person who pushes the buttons, right? And
Yes.
we have those cage rattlers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, and it's like, oh my God, you know, we rant into what they're about and how they roll and all the things, you know. But as I was explaining through a story of experience that happened from when, you know, years ago, but what I recognized was that the soul that had come in as to play that role out for me and for us, really, there was a you know, it was a group thing, is that that soul chose to play that out, not who it is,
Mm.
but it chose to play that out as a conditioning for us to get something to heal way back past and through the ancestral lines. Even, you know, it can be very deep and big and impactful. But what we tend to do is we tend to go into blaming and saying how shit this person is because they run this like that, and oh my God, it, like, why don't they get it? Whereas what we're not maybe doing is honoring them. And, you know, where we go, there is no forgiveness to have. We don't have any forgiveness for anyone if we truly see the bigger picture and know and understand why somebody runs something for you. So there's no forgiveness. But, you know, until then, you forgive because it's going to set you free. So that there, it's like how many, I sort of was questioning, is everyone? No, they won't be, but who is honoring the souls that are pushing a button? Are you doing the inner work that needs to be done for the button pusher and honoring their journey here to push the buttons for you? Are
Mm.
you actually honoring them by doing the inner work? And a lot of the time that's not happening. And if we can look at it
Oh,
more as an honoring of them rather than, you know, it's all about me,
well,
about honoring what they
when you're
chose.
first doing your inner work, it is all about you.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It
but
takes a bit to get to see the
it
big picture.
does. It
Yeah.
does. But I'm
Mm.
talking more around the more conscious ones who are still being triggered. Are
Yeah.
we actually why not honor the person that's pushing the buttons so that they don't have to continue to keep playing this out for you?
Mm.
Why not honor them and do the inner work and bless them, thank them actually for what they've played out for you, you know? And I know that's not easy. I get it, you know, because we like this until, you know, we get it.
Yeah, I haven't figured out one that's pushing my buttons, why I'd want to honour her. But, maybe I'll find it one day.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, it's
mm.
what is that person bringing up for you? What does it trigger within you? And what I mean by honoring them is by doing the work that's needed to get through that pattern and that program that's making that pattern
Well, I had to
buttons.
separate myself from that person. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. And sometimes that is the way,
Mm,
is you don't need them in your space anymore. They've
yeah.
done they've done their role, they've played out that role, and I don't need to play that game anymore.
Mm,
Mm, that's how I feel. I don't
yeah.
like to play the game. Mm.
No.
Because
Sometimes,
sometimes it is a game that we're playing because we're in a play where we play these different roles.
yeah.
I get it, and I totally get around, um, uh, that they've played a role. Um, for me, I had to do a lot of healing on some of the stuff that went on before I could get to that place of feeling compassionate for them.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it takes a bit of work. But when you're
Yep.
consciously aware of why people run things and why they're pushing your buttons,
Yeah.
then it's not about them at all.
No, well, it's all about us.
Yeah, it is.
It's all about us and what we decided we'd come for.
Yeah,
Mm, yes.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, no, this Lionsgate was very different. And oh my goodness me, I was just I slept like comatose in the first
oh,
night.
mm,
You know, woke to go to the loo twice probably throughout the night, but I just went back into this very deep coma. And by the time I didn't wait till 11 o'clock that next morning. And
That's right.
then it was like that never happens. And then I felt like I had achieved so much. I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've just won the marathon. Whatever the marathon was, I just won it. And I felt so good. Tired still, very tired, but I felt like there was so much going on that I'd achieved in those few hours of whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um, it has been an odd time. I know I sat down yesterday afternoon. I thought I was just going to sit for a minute before I got up and did something else. No, I just
Get
went
out to it.
totally out to it. Somebody phones me. I'm like trying to struggle out of wherever I was
Yeah.
to answer the phone. I couldn't even answer the phone because I couldn't struggle out of the space I was in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, totally like that. I'm feeling good. Yesterday was still a little like that, and
Yeah, that was
I was in my
yesterday.
jammies all day, didn't bother doing a thing, just hunkered down. And then today it was like, yep, right, let's go. We're up.
I've never
I
been up since 4:30.
know, I had
What?
one of them. Yeah.
And I'm wide awake. Hmm.
I know. I was out with a
I
step
don't.
ladder at like 5:30, trying to get over the fence to get my cat out of the garage.
Oh, right.
Oh my goodness me.
Hmm.
Unreal. Didn't happen though.
Oh, you didn't get the cat.
I couldn't get over the fence. I know, oh
I
my God.
think you need a step ladder.
Yes, I did have a step ladder.
Oh, did
So
you?
it was like, okay, so I'm going to get on the top of the fence. Then what do I do?
Exactly.
Oh my God. It's like this body doesn't work the same way it used to 25
Oh,
years ago.
oh, no.
Shit, I was giggling though. And they've
Mm.
got, like that will be on camera because they've got cameras up.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, shit. Funny.
Mm. Yes. Cameras bloody everywhere. It doesn't matter what
Oh
you.
my God, yeah. I don't care. I don't
I
care about
liked
that.
I liked my teenage years with no cameras.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, I do.
Ah, very good. Well, thank you all for chiming in with us, everyone.
Mm,
And Sonia says, I ask Great Mother Earth to bring up my frequency as soft as possible. He.
yeah,
Definitely. And you
yes.
do, just ask for it to be toned down a bit if it's too much or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I tend to ride them.
Do life with grace and ease.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Mm.
All right.
Yes. Well, thank you all. Thanks, Bev.
No worries. We'll
Mm.
see you in a fortnight. See what
Yes.
else I can chatter about.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Yeah.
right.
Tune into your
Yeah.
dragons if you're a dragon rider or a dragon.
Oh,
Just have a
yeah.
look and see
Yeah.
what's coming up with your dragons because they're definitely out and about right now, for sure.
Mm,
Mm.
busy beaver.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
See ya.
Much love, everyone. Take good care.